My name is Diana Ferris. I'm the Director of Training for Edugents. Today, we're going to learn how to create an online assessment. The user may create an online assessment using their own questions or questions already in the item bank. In order to begin, click on the Applications icon and go to the Assessments menu. You can start a new assessment by clicking on New Assessment on the right-hand side or on the left hand in the New Assessment menu bar. Either one will take you to the same landing page. The user may also check the question bank to look at questions prior to creating the new assessment. I'm going to start by clicking New Assessment. I want to fill in all of the blanks. The first area is campus. If I'm a campus employee, administrator, teacher, or someone creating the assessment, I will only have access for my campus. If I'm at district level, I can create an assessment for the entire district or a specific campus. I will want to fill in the rest of the information, such as grade and course. I'm going to choose third grade, and I'm going to use the drop-down menu and choose math. However, when I assign students to take this assessment, any student at any grade level can take this assessment. They do not have to be in the current grade 3 or they do not have to be in math. I can assign other students to take this test. The year will default to the current year. I will want to name this test according to district naming conventions. This will make it much easier to find the test when I'm looking for it in the previous menu. So the convention may start with a grade, or it may start with CBA or a designation that the district has assigned. I'm going to name this one Grade 3 Math Assessment CBA 1. I will want to put in the language, whether it is English or Spanish. It's very important to select the correct language because if the student is going to have text-to-speech and have this test read to them, this will designate which language the test is being read. From the drop-down menu, choose the type of assessment. Choose the administration. This is the number of an assessment in a series of assessments. So if this was the second test in this sequence, I would put in the number 2 from the drop-down menu. Enter the score that you want for approaches, meets, and masters. Type in the number of minutes you want the assessment to last. I'm going to put in 60. If you want the assessment to be resumable, leave the check in the box. This means if the student was kicked off for some reason, if there was a power shortage or something happened and the test stopped, this would allow the student to begin the test again at approximately where it was ended. Edugents has added additional online tools. So as you hover over these, you can see what will be available for the students when they take the test. Items Quick Review, Toggle Questions, Highlighting, Strike Through, Scratchpad, the calculator. You can click on this and see the types of calculators that are available. You can choose a calculator by putting a check in the box and clicking on Done. This will make the calculator available to the student for the test. I can add a ruler. I can also add a protractor. I can add a formula sheet by clicking here. You can see the different formula sheets that are available. I can choose one of those formula sheets by clicking on there, and then once again clicking on Done. You can choose a magnifier. You can also choose a color contrast. This is new. This allows the student to change the background color as well as the font color. The next one are question notes. So you can add any of these online tools to the questions for the students. I can now type in the directions for the test using any of the tools that are available in the toolbar. So I can put in something like fill in bubbles or any other directions that I want the students to be able to see. I'm now ready to select the questions for my assessment. I can scroll down. I can select New Question, which means a teacher-created question, and we'll discuss how to do that in a later video, or Select Questions. I'm going to choose Select Questions. If I've already filled in the information on the previous page, it already populates for me. The SEs are available. I can select all or specific SEs. I'm going to select language again. I can select any of these Bloom's taxonomy. I can select a p-value. Under Originator, you will see the item banks that your district has chosen to purchase. They may range from Certica Solutions, Star Testmaker, TEA, TEKS Banks, or any others that are available that your district has purchased. I'm going to leave it at all. I can choose my question type, all, multiple choice, text, numeric, or true and false. For my math test, I'm going to select multiple choice. Now I'm going to click on search. This provides me all of the questions that are available for all of the SEs. I did not select a specific SE. I could do that. This shows you the question, the answer, the SE, the cognitive demand level, and the language. You also see the originator in the abbreviation as well as it's spelled out. To choose this question, I can check on select. I can hear how this question would sound to a student who is receiving an oral administration by clicking on the speaker and then click on play. Immediately, the question will be read.
Question 1. The chart below shows the change in temperature for one day. Time of day. Temperature. 7 a.m.
You can also change the play rate. So this would give you a sample of what the student would hear when he or she took the assessment online. Then at the bottom of the page, you can scroll over and get more questions. You can go to different pages and get the different questions. Again, you can see the originator and how that changes. The next type of question we want to look at are passages. Questions that follow a specific reading passage. I've already filled in all of the blanks. I've clicked on the search button and I've gotten a list of the questions. But I want to search by a specific passage. I go over to the menu that says search by passage, click on it, and I get a drop-down menu. I can click any one of these. I can scroll down. Right above this, you get information about the number of passages that are available. So I'm going to click on Dog Sledding Takes Country and Kids by Storm. Now all of the questions that follow will relate to that particular passage. I can select the questions just as I did previously for my multiple choice questions. When I'm finished selecting my questions, just as I did previously, I want to go back to my assessment. I can move the questions around by clicking and dragging, and you can see the question number has changed. In a test where I've used questions related to passages, I want to be very careful about moving questions around. When rearranging items related to passages, check to make sure items for the same passage are grouped together. So if you have more than one passage, you want to make sure the questions remain grouped under the correct passage. If I want to delete a question, I can go to the trash can icon, click on that, delete the question, and all the numbers will change appropriately. By deleting the question, it only deletes the question from the assessment. It does not delete the question from the item bank. I can also choose my number of versions of assessments now. If I have 15 questions, I could choose 15 versions and check Shuffle Questions. When I'm finished making all of my changes, switching questions around, selecting if I want different versions of assessments, deleting questions, I'm now ready to save. You may save at the top of the page, and there is a save button at the bottom as well. When you have finished with your assessment and you have saved your assessment, you will see information about your SEs, descriptions, and number of questions at the bottom of the page. You can see the SE descriptor, the number, as well as how many questions are testing that particular SE. So in this case, one question is testing 7.1b. There are 6 questions testing 7.2e. I can preview my test by clicking on the preview icon at the top of the page as well as at the bottom of the page. I can see the passage and I can see the questions. I can scroll down to see the next question and the next passage. I can see any of the online tools that have been selected that students may also view. I can close the assessment. I can also preview the scan sheet by clicking on Scan Sheet. I can also remove the entire assessment by clicking on Remove. Once I've finished with my assessment, I can see all assessments that have been created on the main page. I can see the type of assessment, the language. I also have the choice of editing the key, editing the assessment, cloning the assessment, scale scores, schedule the assessment online, see the online bubble sheets, assign students, preview, or print the assessment. This is how you create an online assessment. Thank you for your time.